Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mike Bass, and today I'll be reacting to Home Free's latest release, You'll Be In My Heart, arranged by Phil Collins, I believe. I am familiar with the Phil Collins version because I used to watch a lot of Disney films growing up, and I do remember this from the Tarzan film. Not heard it in a long time though, but I do know this song. It'll be interesting to see what Home Free does with this. I can imagine a lot of high harmonies and Rob or Adam Bastine taking the lead throughout most of this, but we'll see. This is You'll Be In My Heart by Home Free.
Come stop your crying, it'll be alright. Just take my hand and hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For once.
Okay, already there's so much going on. It started off very basic. I didn't expect the start. So the start was very basic with just Tim on the bass line and Adam Rupp on the beatboxing. I think Tim was going dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, throughout this. There were times where he dropped a little bit lower, but I think he's mostly just going dum, dum, ba-dum, dum. There were times where he'd go dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, dum, ba-dum, and then come back up again. I think he did that once or twice, but otherwise keeping that same rhythm. And Adam Rupp, I think, is following a similar beat, but with his beatboxing. I didn't expect Adam Chance to take the first verse either, so that's unexpected, but sounds great. And it's just, if he was going to sing, it makes sense to be at the start while it's quite basic before you get up to the high harmonies and stuff, so smart choice. So Adam Rupp's going something like that. Obviously he's doing it a lot better because he's a beatboxer and I'm not, but he's keeping that same similar sort of beat to Tim's bass line, so it matches very well.
Come stop your crying, it'll be alright. Just take my hand and hold it tight. I will protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry. For one so small, you seem so strong. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and warm. Ooh, this bond between us can't be broken. I will be here, don't you cry, 'cause you'll be in.
Nice. Before we go into the chorus, I like the halfway through Adam Chance's verse, Adam Rupp did a sort of swell thing leading into it. That was a nice touch. They're good on their fillers, Home Free. They really do. Like, if they, like, there's a moment where there's going to be nothing happening or a pause, they will try and fill it most of the time with something, and I like that they filled that with a swell there. Nice touch. Yeah. What else happened? Oh yeah, the harmonies joined in very light in the background for a bit, so they'd come in on ooze, like mainly Adam Bastine and Rob would come in on in the background there, just very light ooze, and then for the build up to the chorus they came in more stronger on the R sound rather than the oo sound. So an oo is like a very light sound to come in on, so it's like just casually in the background, and then as the building up to the chorus it's and then straight into You'll Be In My Heart.
I will be here, don't you cry, 'cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and Why can't they?
Nice. A couple of times before the chorus, Adam Rupp is doing a fast drum solo. He's leading into the chorus. Adam Bastine took the lead for that chorus, which is expected. Have a him or Rob. Rob looks like he's taking the lead for the next verse, which makes sense, I suppose, because I think Adam Bastine is the highest voice. So obviously for the chorus where they're singing with the high harmonies and a lot more fuller in the background, you need that higher voice coming out. Because Phil Collins sang this he's quite a high voiced singer. It's quite a high voiced song. Apart from that, the tempo seems a bit slower than the original. I'm not sure if that's the case or I'm just hearing this slightly wrong, but the tempo does seem like it's slowed down a bit from the original, but it might not have done. It might be just me reading too much into that. Apart from that, sounds great at the moment. Let's just carry on.
You'll be here in my heart always. Why can't they?
That's what I wanted to touch on as well, the heartbeat. So yeah, Adam Rupp doing the heartbeat there. So it's very quiet, but you can hear it because doing the heartbeat in general is a quiet sound because it's a heartbeat. It's like, you know, there's not much you can do with it that you're going to be able to hear on a recording, especially. So they clearly kept that fairly quiet, but they might have enhanced it slightly, or they've just done it and just gone, well, we'll just have it that quiet because you can still hear it. And because of everything else drops out, it's isolated, which makes it better. So it's easier to hear it. But that is a nice touch to have that because You'll Be in My Heart, other song. So showing off Adam Rupp's talents of beatboxing there with a little heartbeat as the filler, which again, he needed a filler going from this chorus to the next verse, and that was a nice touch.
Why can't they understand the way we feel? They just don't trust what they can't explain. Ooh, I know we're different, but deep inside us, we're not that different at all. 'Cause you'll be in my heart. Yes, you'll be in my heart. From this day on, now and forevermore. Don't listen to.
Okay, before we go into this bit, that was quite a short verse, so there's not a lot to talk about there. But I thought Rob would take the lead throughout most of that, but they actually had Adam Chance singing with him throughout most of that verse, which I thought was an interesting choice. It shows the difference in the harmony because Adam Chance would have the lower end of his voice, and Rob would be singing the higher bit, and them harmonizing. You could hear the contrast, and it sounded great because it sounded much fuller. And I think that's a good choice because if they had had just Rob singing the lead, like I expected, they are at a point of the song where they're trying to keep this momentum rather than have the momentum for the chorus and then drop off slightly for a verse and then come back up and have to build that "you'll be" with all the fullness of the sound. So I think they wanted to keep that fullness throughout mostly. So they added an extra voice in there to make it just a fuller sound with the harmony, and that was a nice touch.
And forevermore. Don't listen to them, 'cause what do they know? We need each other to have to hold. They'll see in time. Oh, I know. When destiny calls you, you must.
Just going off on one now. Almost all of this is like the chorus now. I think we're getting closer to the end. There was I like that bit where they were all in a line going down the screen. you could hear them doing like a sort of bell tone. I think it might be just Adam Bastine and Rob on that noise, but it might have been all of them on harmonies. But there's clearly more than one voice, I think, doing that, and it was like a unless it was Adam Bastine and he was layered with himself. But I'm gonna guess Adam Bastine and Rob sung that as a harmony. But you could just hear do 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 in between the vocals there. So let's go back to that, and then we'll carry on.
What do they know? We need each other to have to hold. They'll see in time. Oh, I know. When destiny calls you, you must be strong. I may not be with you, but you've got to hold on. They'll see in time.
That was nice. Tim was keeping that bass very light during that section. That's why it sounded a bit different, because obviously he was going dum, 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 throughout most of this, but now he's like dum, 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 dum. You can see by his raised head that he goes a little bit lighter with the bass. It's still a bass sound, but he makes it just a little bit lighter.
No matter what they say, you'll be here in my heart always, always. I'll be with you. I'll be there for you always, always and always.
I was going to say, when you're getting towards the end of a song with Home Free, when Adam Bastine's starting to do runs and go a lot higher in his voice, there was an interesting tone change there from his voice at one point as well. Just at that moment, he went, I think, because he sings most of these higher notes and the runs in with a chest connection, whether it's in mixed voice or just plain chest. But I think there was a moment where he switched up into head voice, and you hear the difference where it goes lighter there.
Always, I'll be with you. I'll be there for you always, always.
There, where he has that sort of Sam Smith quality voice. Right, so he goes, I'll be with you. And there's like chest connection. I'll be with you. And suddenly his voice goes lighter, and that's when he switches to head voice. Not necessarily higher, because he can go super high just as well with a chest connection or in a mixed voice. But you could hear the difference there.
Just look over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulder. Just look over your shoulder. I'll be there always.
Very nice. I'll stop it there before the video ends. I presume there's just, because you can hear that, that's just going to fade out now. They're on that note again, where they always tend to end their songs on a harmony, with Tim doing that bass ooh, and the rest of them higher. Yeah, really nice job of this song. The arrangement side of things, I thought they are getting very good with their arrangements. Home Free. I've noticed that a lot of the choices they make are very smart choices, like some of the fillers that they choose to do and how they arrange the song and how they started off basic and then built it. And even when they they didn't want to lose that momentum sort of thing going into the verse, so they kept it stronger. Very smart arrangement choices from Home Free. They really are good at that. It was a well arranged song. In terms of the actual song itself, I was never a massive fan of this song. It's a nice song, don't get me wrong, and Home Free sing it very well, but it's just the song to me was never a big one for me. But they did it a very good job of it. If it is indeed slightly slower tempo than the original, it might be, it might not be, I'm not sure. But they sung it very well. Anyway, yeah, really, really good. Nothing more to say about that. They just sung it really well. As always, give Home Free a like and subscribe if you aren't already. Feel free to give me a like and subscribe. And if you want to see more, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.